We're following up on the Fairmount fire that broke out more than 2 weeks ago in the College area. What do we know about how it started?
Police are looking for video and witnesses of a shooting at a party in National City that killed a 12-year-old boy.
The winter is going to be full of fevers and coughs. The same precautions help for everything.
A warning from health experts amid a rise in whooping cough cases across San Diego County.
Something new is coming to the oldest building at Petco Park. We'll show you pictures of the renovation that's planned for the Western Metal Supply building.
Will this rainy season be wet or dry?
May the wind always be at his back. Ray Ashley, the longtime president of the Maritime Museum, says, bon voyage.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts right now.
It's been more than 2 weeks since the Fairmount fire forced people out of their homes near San Diego State University. And tonight we are checking in on the investigation. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Marcella Lee.
And I'm Steve Price, in tonight for Carlo Cicchetto. CBS 8's Brian White is working for you in the College area to find out what investigators are learning about how that fire started.
We went out to the street and we looked over and we just saw the flames just going.
It burned nearly 40 acres of canyonside, flames towering over trees, damaging at least 6 homes and sparking mandatory evacuations. Neighbors told me about people living in the canyon.
Have you heard anything about the cause of the fire?
No, but I have my suspicions. There is a homeless encampment over there, and I imagine that's what started it.
And here's what San Diego Fire Rescue told me at the time.
At this point, we don't know what caused the fire, but we do know that it started in or very near a homeless encampment.
So I checked in with them again to see if they've learned anything more, and they told me the fire is still under investigation, and they haven't yet determined how it started.
All of the residents in the area have known for a long time that this palm grove has been an extreme fire hazard.
Karen Austin lives in the neighborhood. She's co-founder of the Alvarado Estates Fire Safe Council.
It was exacerbated by an abundance of dead palm fronds and debris, and its ignitability was much more extreme.
I walked down into the canyon at Fairmount and Montezuma where the fire started, and this is what I saw. Burnt debris on the ground and in a shopping cart, and this can of motor oil nearby.
We're hoping that more can be done by city officials and others to have a real plan to address homeless encampments, especially during the high fire season.
Through a public records request with the city of San Diego, CBS 8 is learning that over the past 3 years, about a dozen fires have occurred in the area that started near encampments. And citywide during the same time period, more than 1,100 vegetation fires may have likely started in or near homeless encampments.
We're ready to work together even more so than ever. We want to address risks in these canyon areas around us.
We're going to stay on top of this investigation. Working for you, Brian White, CBS 8.
Brian, thanks for following up. And remember, if there's something you'd like us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
Right now, the city of San Diego is gathering public input from the community as the city council considers new fees for trash and recycling services. The meeting is happening at the Kathy Hopper Friendship Center at North Claremont Park. This is part of the city's trash study conducted as a result of Measure B, which passed in 2022. It allows the city to charge a cost recovery fee for trash and recycling collection services, including for single-family homes. Tonight's meeting runs until 7. Another meeting will be held in Terrasana tomorrow night.
Tonight, a CHP officer being credited with saving a man from a burning car after the driver crashed in Mission Valley. Happened around 7 this morning. The car heading northbound on the 163 flew off the highway near Friars Road. That car slammed into a storage building and caught fire. You can see the flames there, trapped the driver inside. CHP officer Steve Reardon rushed to that vehicle, broke the driver's side window, and sprayed the man with a fire extinguisher. That kept the flames at bay and saved the man's life. Fire crews put out the flames and pulled the man from the car. Medics then rushed him to the hospital, where he's being treated for severe burns and injuries from the crash.
National City Police are urging witnesses to come forward with information about a teenage party over the weekend where a 12-year-old boy was shot and killed. It happened Friday night in an abandoned house on N Avenue.
CBS 8's David Goffredson was at the scene today where people are leaving flowers at a memorial that's now been set up for the boy.
This is the abandoned house where on Friday night, 12-year-old Elijah Smith was killed by gunfire. 4 other teenagers were shot and wounded. No arrests have been made. A memorial to the 12-year-old is growing on the street in front of the property. Over the weekend, the boy's mother and sister pleaded for witnesses to come forward.
If your kids that were at the party know anything, please encourage them. Like, any little detail that they know can help us.
The property has been the scene of other illegal parties. These photos were taken a week before the shooting, showing hundreds of teenagers and young adults. There are actually 2 abandoned houses on the property, both owned by Big Hill Oz LLC, with an address that comes back to Silvergate Development in San Diego. The company did not respond to an email seeking comment. I spoke to a worker hired by the owners who told me he had previously boarded up the houses, but the kids keep coming back and breaking in.
I try not to picture what went on, but I can see with all the blood and so forth on there that it suddenly took place. But I try not to worry about that and just go in and do my job.
He said the teenagers did a lot of damage.
You could tell they've been off in there partying for a while, and it's lots of bad blood, a lot of broken windows. What's a mess in there?
The sister of the young victim had this message for the community.
Guns are not the choice. They're not the choice in any matter. They make things worse every single time. For every family that's gone through this and had to lose someone, guns are not it. So stop using guns, please.
Again, there were hundreds of teenagers at this party, and National City Police believe that there are witnesses who have not come forward and video of the shooting that they have not seen. In National City, David Gottfredson, CBS 8.
David, thank you. Okay, do you have a doorbell camera? The Sheriff's Department is looking for volunteers to potentially share footage. The request is part of the department's Safe Cities initiative. Deputies would not have access to those cameras, but they would simply know that a camera exists and find a way to reach out to see if the owner caught something helpful to a case. Residents and businesses can register their cameras with the County Sheriff's Department. A group representing South Bay residents has filed a new lawsuit over the ongoing sewage crisis.
France Law Group claims the company Veolia Water mismanaged the South Bay wastewater treatment plant, repeatedly exposing people to raw sewage and contamination. In a statement, Veolia says it has properly maintained the plant, adding the U.S. and Mexican governments have failed to fund or implement solutions to help manage unprecedented sewage flows. This latest lawsuit follows a similar one announced this fall by an attorney for the Singleton and Schreiber firm. Tonight, we are also learning that a so-called hoarder home in Ocean Hills could go up for sale. This is Ocean View Hills. The home has been a nightmare for neighbors for years, as it has been covered with piles of garbage, clothing, rotting food, even dead rats. A civil hearing regarding the property is scheduled for tomorrow. We're told the person appointed by the court to clean up the home now wants permission from the judge to sell the home. Cleanup has been at a standstill since June when a fire broke out on the property. The home was also condemned. The homeowner, Lisa Golden, was not allowed to stay at the house, but neighbors tell us she has been living there anyway.
It is just really disheartening that she doesn't follow any rules, and I don't believe that she feels that she has to.
We will be in court for that civil hearing tomorrow and let you know what happens. Tonight, we're learning that Border X Brewing in Barrio Logan is fighting to keep its doors open.
The beloved brewery, which helped revitalize the neighborhood's Mexican culture, could potentially close by the end of the year. Its lease expires at the end of December. The building's owner tells us Border X has not consistently paid their rent and would be willing to extend the lease if Border X can make monthly payments. Border X says the forced shutdown of all 3 of its locations during the pandemic created a huge debt that they still carry. The brewery is now asking for community support, especially on Small Business Saturday, which is November 30th.
The first thing you could do is just come down and have a beer and a taco, and or plan your corporate holiday party there.
Border X has also set up a GoFundMe. If you'd like to donate, we have posted a link on our website, cbs8.com. Just click on the help button.
The Port of San Diego is starting maintenance work on the Imperial Beach Pier. The port is replacing pilings in some of the deck to maintain the structural integrity. We're told the pier will be fully closed until Friday as crews move equipment and materials onto the pier. The port anticipates the pier to partially reopen Friday afternoon after crews place the new pilings. The pier is expected to fully reopen once construction finishes by the end of the month.
Coming up, what health leaders are saying about a rise of whooping cough cases all across San Diego.
Plus, the new information we're learning tonight about a deadly E. coli outbreak linked to carrots.
And the new renovations and upgrades the Padres are bringing to Petco Park next season.
We are still looking at some chilly temperatures for tonight, even the potential for some frost developing across the foothills. Talking about those offshore winds back in the forecast and eyeing a chance for some showers over the weekend. All those details are coming